What's up, live? What's up, live? This is William Wade here, man. It's a Sunday live. I'm bringing my guy Anthony Brown on. I'm William Wade again. For those that don't know, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a cleaning company, and I do a lot with helping others to grow and looking for financial freedom. I got my guy Anthony Brown on here, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Anthony, he's real big in the credit specialist. He's real big into taking your personal credit, turning it into business credit, or even getting your business credit going. I'm gonna bring Anthony to the stage and let him introduce himself. Anthony, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I'm all right, man. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man.
Good stuff, man. So, as you said, my name is Anthony Brown, also known as Mogul Vision CEO on all social media platforms. I'm a financial consultant. I'm a business expert. So, when it comes down to business funding, structuring your business out properly, to making sure that you're not in a high risk industry, I'm your go-to guy. Wade, you and I, we're actually gonna get into this stuff, man. I want to make sure that the people are really educated on how to go about, getting their credit, personal credit in line as well as their business credit. So, I'm open. I'm open for, your crowd. Any questions you may have, man, just let's get into it. I got a lot of things.
So, man, what took you to get into credit, master? Man, what brought you into credit? Like, what is that about? Why did you get into that?
That's a good question. So for me, coming from my background, I was taught from the older people, credit wasn't the way to go. You don't need a credit card. Cash was king at that point. But what it took for me was actually trying to go buy my first car. I wasn't gifted to have a mother or father, buy my first car, but try to buy first car. And of course, wanted the flashy things and was told what I could not buy because of my credit. At that point, didn't understand what credit was. Tried to apply for my first apartment, was denied due to poor decision making I made when it came to finances. So my credit played a major factor, so I couldn't get qualified for housing or a vehicle. So that kind of just led me down a path of saying, I need to figure out what this credit thing is and really take some action in figuring this out and trying to, make it happen.
All right. So me personally, man, just to talk about credit, man, I think credit is real big. You're a big inspiration to what I want to do because my thing is about financial literacy and about taking people from cleaning the business in a matter of years. And for me, credit took a big part in for me getting my first real estate deal or making that first thing. Now, I know personal credit doesn't have to be there, but for me, it took a major part. So I want to ask, man, what do you think about personal credit? How is personal credit? Did that make a factor? Do you think it's important in business growth?
Personal credit, absolutely. Personally, I think with personal credit, you can actually leverage. You can obtain higher limits in funding. You can obtain, business funding with just, with no PG, no personal guarantor. But when you're actually trying to maximize and create high limit funding for real estate deals and other opportunities, I think your personal credit is going to play a major factor.
All right, cool. So, is it a way that you could do it without personal credit?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a longer path, but yes, you can do it. What I teach is some cases, let's just say hypothetically speaking, if you had some challenging credit on the personal side, what you can do is we can create the business entity and then we can go down the different tiers of creating that paydeck, a high paydeck score from that 80 to 100 range. It may take some revenue, showing that, your company's making revenue. It may take some 1099s, 2 years of tax returns, but, we can do it, but it's just a lot easier, a lot faster to make sure that personal credit is tight as well.
All right. So what are some key factors, man? Like what are some key factors you think play into actually building a good credit profile or whatever?
Personally, I say when people think, it's credit score, it's a 3-digit number. That's what they go by. Everybody's saying I got a great credit score based on their own personal opinion. But the lenders, what they're looking for is actually the profile structure. So when we're structuring out the profile, there's 5 key factors. One key factor is going to be the payment history. You want to make sure you have a 100% payment history. With that payment history, the easiest way to make sure you do not miss a payment is by setting up some type of auto pay, at least for the bare minimum. Number 2 is going to be your credit card utilization. That credit card utilization should be 30% or below. I personally recommend, let's try to keep it under 10, if not paid in full. Why? Because that's going to give us the maximum amount of data points. We want red carpet treatment. If we're looking for credit restoration, credit repair, we want to make sure that we're getting the top tier service, not just the bare minimum. Next, what we'll have is inquiries. This is where a lot of people will kind of, mess themselves up because they start to apply for a ton of things trying to build the credit. But you have to know strategically who to apply with, who pulls from what credit reporting agency. That's going to be the biggest thing to keep your inquiries low. Next, what we'll have is going to be your mixed credit usage. That's going to be the mixed credit usage, just to diversifying the profile. So things like, your open loans, your revolving accounts, there's multiple things we can do to build out a proper structure. And we just have to know what we're doing and what the game plan is. So having a proper execution for your finances is going to be how we build out that profile.
I mean, that's big. That's big. I'm real big on, like I said, I'm real big on the financial structure. I love numbers. I'm a numbers guy. I love math because the math is exact. 2 + 2 is 4. You can't get it. I mean, I've seen people say they 100 and end up 99. You feel what I mean? So math is exact. I love numbers, right? And so my thing is, in order for me to get to where I want to go, math is definitely involved. And the numbers, when they say math ain't math, and sometimes it's really credit score ain't really adding up. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I was able to do a lot more by getting my credit in line when I was doing my business. And one of the things that I bring into business structure as a person that's want to start a company, my goal is to take people from cleaning to real estate in a matter of years, because I did it. And what I did it was I built my business along with my credit together simultaneously. And I think a lot of times entrepreneurs, they get into it and they just focus straight on the business. I want to build my business, and they know their credit is messed up, but they just don't worry about it. I'm going to go no PG. I'm going to do no PG. They watch all the YouTube. They watch the whole way. I don't want to do no PG. PG is personal guarantee, right? And so I know you know, but I'm just saying for the people that might not know, right? So I'm just saying, so they say, man, I'm just going to build my business and focus on their business. For me personally, I knew that I wanted to go into real estate. One of the things that I always say, man, you have to keep the end in mind. A lot of times people start and get into something and don't know where they want to go. So they end up stuck into that thing. They just get stuck into it. I met a guy that been doing cleaning for 25 years and told me he wanted to get in real estate. 25 years, he ain't been in the real estate. He been writing off everything. He ain't been telling Uncle Sam, well, he ain't been telling the tax. He didn't want to pay the taxes in. So he was, you know what I mean? He was taught an old system. He was taught how to fly under the radar, so to speak. And so 25 years he been flying under the radar, and he never got into real estate. And here me, 2.5 years, I done got into cleaning. I done jumped into real estate, and I got a duplex, right? And so for me, credit played a big part. Now, I say that because I know so many times people say you don't need credit, or so many business owners or entrepreneurs or coaches don't bring the credit aspect in the business growth. And I think that's I think to me personally, that don't give you room to pivot. You know what I mean? It kind of locks you in. What's your thoughts on that?
Personally, when it comes down to structuring out the business, I think it's just more so of having, like you said, the end goal in mind, knowing exactly where you want to go. So, for example, let's talk about business. Right now, a lot of people don't understand the industries that they actually list their business under. So, like that NAT code. A lot of people may say, "Hey, I want to do W.A.D.E's real estate, or W.A.D.E's real estate investors company." You have to understand what the high risk companies are. So, for example, if you were to name your business after, any type of real estate, that's in a high risk industry. So you may not qualify for funds. Let's say credit repair, credit restorations, any type of financial, any type of financial company. There's so many different names that you can name your business, but you want to stay away from those. Why? Because when it comes to funding, you will not qualify. So the main thing is getting with somebody that you can trust and guide you down that path to make sure when you're structuring your business the right way, that you're within guidelines to qualify for funding.
Now you made a mention of another point. Now I was saying about getting your personal credit as you're building your business, but you did make a good point on structuring and naming your business, because that's another thing I think about as an entrepreneur, thinking from the end in mind. What do you want your business to be like? I was consulting a guy the other day, and he labeled his company ABC Janitorial Services, right? And so here's the janitorial services. And I know you're speaking on a different level, but I want to bring it back down to maybe my followers, because there are a lot of them in the cleaning business. They will pigeonhole their company into one thing.
You're kind of going out there, brother.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? All right, I think he's going now. I think you froze up, my guy.
I think we got a little bit of bad connection. Wade, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I think that's your connection. But yeah, what I was saying, can you hear me now?
Yep, we good.
Good. No, but what I was saying is a lot of times people will get into the business that don't have that end in mind. Now, I'm going to tie it all together when I tell you the janitorial guy, he labeled his name janitorial, but now he wants to do bigger things. He want to do maintenance. He want to do grow out. So now he has to rebrand the name. And what you was basically saying, when I got into my real estate, I named my company M&M Management. I was doing real estate investment, but I named it a management company because I knew that if I did label it M&M Real Estate, a lot of times people want to get that real estate name and their investment. You know what I mean? That W.A.D.E financials. You know what I mean? And so those things right there, if I'd have named it that way, it would have hold me up for business funding when I'm ready to get funded. So I named my cleaning company Ascent Cleaning Solutions because I wanted to have a solution to cleaning needs. I wanted to be able to do more than just janitorial. And I named my investment company M&M Management because I'm managing people and I'm managing the business, but I'm not doing real estate. And that's what you was bringing that into. That's why I say it's real good to have it in mind. I think you froze up again, bro. You all right? He might be froze up again. Let me get him off till he come back. But no, but I want to actually say definitely have the end in mind. I brought my guy on here. We're gonna be doing a live here and now. I think every other Sunday. You back? Got to get him a good internet, good connection. But we're gonna do a live every Sunday. And I want to bring some more about finances to the people, man. I know we're doing the cleaning, and I know we're doing the business structure, and I know we doing it. But honestly, man, if we don't get that financial structure, that financial game plan laid down, if we don't move the financial game plan to the forefront as we build in our business, our cash flow management sucks. My cash flow management sucked in my company for 4 to 5 years. I'm not gonna lie. I was making good money and cash flow management sucked. Now, but when I had my eyes on bigger fish, like I wanted to do something bigger, I started to get my credit. You back? Can you hear me? It seemed like I hear you, but you can't hear me. But when I wanted to get when I got my credit, when I wanted to get everything back in order, no, I got my credit in order because oh shit, I done lost where I was at. See if my guy here. You back? I see you
Can you hear
moving.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can definitely hear you.
Okay. I
Did
had a little bit of
so
connectivity issue.
yeah, I can see that. I see that. We're gonna have to make sure we get that together from but no, so basically what I was saying is we the last thing we was talking about is getting the structure together, naming it, like naming it right. You still there? Hello? Oh yeah, no. Yeah, man, we don't put this one up, big guy. Anyway, so
What's going on here?
all right, you ain't got no cricket down there. What you got
Give
down
me
there,
just a
bro?
sec. Wait, got some issues.
Hey, but hey, let me get him up over here. But anyway, so let me get back to this. So until he get that thing together, honestly, we want to make sure that we get our finances in order as well. Now, me personally, I see a lot of people building businesses without talking about the credit. Now, that's one thing that I think is a proper mistake. Get your credit in order as you get your business in order. Just because those that following me, we want to do multiple things. I get it. You want to have a cleaning business, you want to have a lawn care service, you want to cut hair, you want to do everything, but all roads lead to real estate. One day you're gonna buy a house for your family. One day you're gonna want all roads lead to real estate for me. Everything leads to real estate. It all leads to real estate. If you're gonna clean a building, you clean in real estate. If you whatever leads to real estate, right? Everybody wants a big house. It's real estate. So reason why I say that is because we a lot of times we build businesses and don't think about the fine, don't think about the credit. My guy back? You back?
Yeah, I don't know something going on with the internet over here, but can you hear me now?
Yeah, I definitely can hear you now. I definitely can hear you now. We got a couple of people chiming in. I got
Okay.
Billy McPherson. He threw the. I guess that's when he threw like, "What's going on?" He was like, "What's going on?"
What's up? What's up?
Clean Tastic 21 says, "Happy Sunday, happy Sunday." Appreciate you tuning in on a Sunday. I just popped in. I just sometimes I pop in this show. You know what I mean? This not even my regular day. All right, Billy McPherson, thanks for the feedback. All right, feedback. Well, what you got, Billy? Chime in. He said thanks for the feedback. I don't know if we gave you the proper feedback, but yeah. Thank y'all for chiming. I got a couple of people tuning in today on a Sunday.
Well,
I
but yeah,
may,
no, to
but go
get to
ahead.
to
Let's get
get
on
to,
back
yeah,
into
I'm
what
sorry.
you were talking about. But let's get on back to what you were talking about as far as the naming it and naming it M&M management and naming for growth and thinking about the end in mind. That's where you had left off.
Okay, got you. So basically, what it is when you're structuring your business, you want to try to keep it general. And I know a lot of us first time entrepreneurs, we want to create the unique names and you make it mean something to us. But we have to remember, if the end goal in mind is to create funding and try to create that generational wealth for your family and your future businesses as you scale, the lenders really don't care about your family's last name or like you said, the M&M management or M&M janitorial. They want to keep it as general as possible. And the reason being is because they have high risk industries. So you want to make sure that your business is as credible as possible. What I mean by that is, Wade, you asked a good question earlier, like, does the personal credit matter? Personally, what happens is when you're structuring your personal business credit, you want to make sure your personal profile looks, attractive and looks credible. What I mean by that is this, trying to simplify it. You and I, built a relationship over the years. So if I was to come to you personally and say, hey, Wade, I need a loan because of our relationship that we've built a rapport with,
I'm gonna
that
say no. No. I got you, man. Your credit good.
But it's just more so. It's the same thing. Like we got friends and family all the time, and it's just you have to build that rapport. You have to establish that relationship. And I think once that relationship's established with those lenders and those financial institutions, they're more than willing to go ahead and extend a loan to you. It's just based off of trust. But as we continue moving forward, as we continue doing these different lives, I'll go deeper into it. But getting back to the business side, it's the same exact thing. You want to make sure that your business structure is as credible as possible. And what I mean by that is you want to actually be a full business. You don't want to be a mom and pop. There's a difference between going to your local grocery store and then you go into the bigger, I don't know what you got out there, Wade, but you got your Walmarts and Targets.
Walmart, yeah.
So we want to look like the Walmarts and Targets as well. So, we want to make sure that, we're not using a secondary line. We call it the bat phone or the burner phone. We don't want to use that when we're trying to actually qualify for business funding. We want to have an 800 number. We want to have a toll-free number, 800 or 866-877, whichever you choose of your liking. And we want to make sure that that number is listed with 411, so that when you qualify, because these lenders can see if you're using a cell phone or a landline. Your home address, not your home address, but your business address. You want to make sure that that is an actual, a commercial location, not your home address, not your PO box or UPS stores, because these lenders can actually see that. There's a database that they have behind the scenes that they can recognize all of these different things.
Man, you said something that was real big just a minute ago. So, all right, when I first started my company, when I first started business, I'm real big into credit because, again, cleaning the real estate. So I knew that I did not want to put my home address on my cleaning business. A lot of business owners, a lot of cleaning business, they use their home address, right? And that's fine. I didn't use a PO box. I went and got a virtual address. Now I'm gonna show you how that goes into marketing, right? So I got a virtual address. Now my virtual address is downtown Nashville. My address says 423 Church Street, Suite 2000, Nashville, Tennessee 37219. Right now I'm in a Suite 2000, but I'm working from my home. Now, what that actually done was it actually got me more buildings downtown, because when they looked up on Google, they seen I was right in the area and they called me. Now I'm 15 minutes from downtown, but I did that as a play so I could get in position to get my credit funded, and it actually worked out for my business. And that's some of the things that when I say you have to have your end in mind, what you want to do, it actually shapes how you set up the business. And it actually, hey, if you fall into good hands sometimes just by knowing a little bit more information. I got a guy right. Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody squeaky clean. What's good, brothers? This is much needed information.
My God.
Happy birthday, man. That's Andrew.
Yeah, playing the game.
Yeah, yeah. CBN member, CBN automation guru, baby. That's the automation guru right there. Squeaky clean, man. He's tapped into with the automations inside of the CBN software, CBN CRM or whatever. But the reason why I brought that in, I'm glad he tapped in too, man. Thank you for showing love on a Sunday, man. Happy birthday again. But the reason why I brought that up too is because you brought up the 800 number, right? So those people that got the 800 number and they want to get the LLC. When I got into the W.A.D.E Global Software, when I got into investing with the VAs, I ain't talked about it yet, but I do want to bring this up right now because I got in invested with the VAs. I started to help other business owners grow, right? First of all, I got into with VAs for myself. I wanted to do what I needed to do. I needed to speak. I needed my real estate handled, and I needed my cleaning business ran. So I jumped into getting the VA so I could do what I needed to do for me. It was a must for me. Then I started to grow it, and then I found a software. I invested in the software because it allows people to get 800 numbers. So not only can I actually get an 800 number for people, I can actually assist them in growing their credit profile with somebody that's really going to be more in tune with growing their credit profile. I can assist them on the business structure side because what happens is a lot of times people get in to want to do things, but they get bombarded with the life, the business goals, right? So they don't have enough assistance behind them to send out the letters. They don't have to set up the LLCs correct. They don't have assistance to do that. So when I got into the W.A.D.E Global Software, I seen that, man, I could actually know when you put your information in, I can know if they got a LLC. I can, what is your email, right? And it's WilliamWade@gmail.com. Oh, okay, they need a personal email. They got to get their email together, right? So as I'm bringing clients in, I'm actually auditing them to actually help them to get in position to get the funding. That's where you came in for me. That's where you actually came in for me. That's why it's so big for me to partner with you because that's why I like what we're doing because you play a part in what I don't want to. I mean, I want to do, but I'm not focused in on it, right? And
Right,
so, 800 number, man, is an amazing thing, man. Talk more about what happens after you get a little funding. Let's take it out of the way. What happened after you get a little funding? What have you ever had funding, and what did it do for you?
Had a lot of funding. I had a lot of funding, man. One thing about it is once you get the funding, again, like you said, having an end goal in mind. I always tell people have a play for your money. What I mean by that is,
What? Say that again.
have a play for your money. Like you got to know what you want to do with the money.
Play for your money. Have a play for your money. All right. Ooh, hey, I'm gonna have to put it in the chat. Hey, have a play for your money, baby.
Yeah. So I mean, with that being said, it's just more so of understanding. Okay, I want this funding, but like you said something as well earlier is making sure that you understand how to manage the money as well. Because again, you can get access to all the funds, especially once we build out that profile correctly and we structure that business correctly. You don't have to wait the 2 years that most people say you have to wait. Like I can get you literally brand new LLC. I can get you qualified really, really fast with a lot of funding.
Yeah, we know. We tapped in. We tapped in, baby.
But with that being said, it's just more so of understanding, how to leverage the credit. Like you said, either personal to business, learn how to leverage the business card so that way you can access real estate. Small little quick story. I was doing a seminar and it was a real estate agent. And this is how some of the education that we have with the W.A.D.E Global as well as Mogul Visions, that a lot of these realtors may not have. They know the book work. We know the actual, from ins and outs and just being tapped in with different banks and lenders. But we talked about it and he was saying, hey, you can't use a credit card to purchase real estate. I let him talk for a little while and then I kind of showed him, exactly how you can do it, which is just strategic methods of how to do it. Of course.
Wait a minute. Hold up. You said you can use credit card to purchase real estate?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Ooh.
So basically,
hold on, wait a minute. You ain't never said that yet. Oh no, so I see we got a lot more to go on. I did not know nothing about that. All right, no, don't worry about it. Go on back to your story. Don't talk skip that part. Don't skip that part right now. Don't talk about
as we continue. I'm gonna teach you all and teach everybody everything. But more so of course, it's not physically taking a credit card saying here's
okay,
50, 100,000. It's more so methods of understanding how to liquidate the card. No cash advance, but learning how to liquidate the cards. And that way, you can actually use that liquidation.
Right. Oh, hold up. I hate it. You said no cash advance,
no,
liquidate the card.
Correct.
Okay, no cash advance, liquidate the card. That sounds amazing. See, I know what that means, but what does that mean? No cash advances, liquidate the card. See, I know the cash advance that around the corner that want me to put my money in is going to give me like 29% back. If I bring my check, they're going to give me my cash and I can bring them my check. I did that before when I was working the job. I needed some money. So I went to the cash advance and I got my cash up front and they gave me, and I needed my check. They needed my check when I got paid and I took my check back and I could never get out of it. So you said no cash advance, or you got to liquidate your card. So when you heard that, to me, I'm like, cash advance. I don't want to do that. Liquidate my card. And what is that about?
Okay, so I can kind of explain it to you. So prime example, I don't want to call out banks. I'm not getting paid; they're not paying
No,
me.
we don't do that yet. This is the
Yeah,
first time. We
this,
gotta go deeper.
we'll call out banks when we get into the class.
We gotta go deeper. We ain't gonna do it out of this
As
one.
far as I had a bank, for example, I had a $100,000 credit card for a bank. Needed to actually liquidate some funds for an investment. They told me at that time, you know what, we can only allow you to liquidate 25,000. Pretty much, I can't get the whole 100,000, and they're going to charge me a higher percent on interest because it's basically a risk for them. Again, we want to make sure that our credit worthiness and our trustworthiness is there, right? Mm-hmm. So it goes back to building that relationship. So everything that we're doing is strategic. So basically, at that point, I said, well, you know what? Instead of taking the 25, because I need the whole 100, and you're going to charge me a higher.
You talking about 100,000? You need the whole 100,000.
The whole 100,000, yeah.
Woo! You said I need a whole 100. I thought you were talking about 10 tens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So at that point, I was able to utilize a strategy called manufacturer spending. Basically, that allows me to, high travel free and fly free and all that good stuff. All the fancy stuff that we're able to do is from manufacturer spending. And then basically at that point, I was able to liquidate that card. And once I liquidate that card, I was able to earn reward points, create my investments, and of course, they give you points, cash rewards. All that
same word again, liquidate the card. Did we explain what liquidate the card
was? Liquidation is just basically abstracting the money from your credit card. So let's just simple numbers. If you had $1,000, being able to take that 1,000 from your credit card without actually doing a cash advance. So basically,
without actually take the money off the card, we're going to liquidate it, basically take it, use it, and bring back money to me without having to take the money at the highest interest rate that they would get. Correct. So we're going to get the cash without the interest rate that they would charge.
Correct. So basically, for example, debit card.
Cut out the middleman.
Yeah, that's it. The same way you go to an ATM, you put your debit card in ATM, pull out the cash. You can do the same thing with the credit card. Of course, you're not going to go to an ATM with your credit card, but there are strategies that I can teach you to pull the money off the credit card. And at that point, you'll be able to create investments. But we also have to remember to get that money, that credit card paid back down before, the due date, right? So I teach a different strategy. My strategy is I max out credit cards all the time. Most people look at me crazy and say, why do you max out your credit cards? There's a strategy on how you max these credit cards out, which is why we're able to earn high reward points, how we travel free, and so on and so forth. Cash rewards as well. Everybody's trying to create different streams of income. My whole goal is to make sure everybody that I speak to, I teach you how to create additional streams. From where from where I'm from, I can only speak for myself, but from where I'm from, I was always taught you need multiple streams of income. You touched on it earlier, Wade. Don't cut hair, clean, babysit, sell plates, janitorial. We're not doing that.
I'm gonna tell you where I'm from. When I'm from, they said one-stop shop. That's what they said. They said one-stop shop. And I'm gonna tell you, multiple streams.
Right.
I'm gonna be real. So I gotta keep it 1,000 because I'm gonna tell you something. When you said the credit card play, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Credit card play. I was into the credit card play, and I gotta be real. My people know that I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I messed up. I got over $50,000 worth of credit. I was running this company. Things started falling, and I'm doing this. I'm having to live off my credit so I can make this pop. Hey, man, I'm ready to get into all of them entanglements that I got into. I'm ready to get into it because, dude, I learned so much. I learned so much by messing up, dude. Like I'm telling you, dude, if you ever follow me, if you know me, dude, I talk about some of my losses because that's why I learned the lessons. I learned the lessons through the failures. I didn't learn a lot. Like when I started getting the credit, I could show you how to get the credit. Like first thing I got with the Capital One, right? I got the Capital One secured, right? Oh, see, you every time you say that. Well, oh man, that's the first thing I got the Capital One. Then I got to Discover It. Don't worry about it. I got the Discover It card. I get to Discover. Then I got the Chase Freedom, and I that was a big limit card, right? And then I got the Amex, the Blue Business. So I jumped on in there, man. But why you turn your head up every time I say the Capital One?
The Capital One. So again, it goes back to credibility and information. So Capital One. Anybody that has a Capital One, you guys can pretty much identify this. Your limits are probably. I give you max I've ever seen Capital One with a high limit on Capital One is about 3,000 to 5,000. Usually the average person has about a 300 to 800, Capital One credit card.
800, and it's been about 6 years, 800. And then I got cards that's 10,000. Capital One, they pit it. But
what I would say is this: Capital One, again, with lack of information, you know what I mean? So what I always tell people is this, you know what I'm saying? It's not that you have a learning disability, you just have a problem learning the wrong stuff, you know what I mean? So what I mean by that is, with Capital One, they're going to pull from all 3 credit bureaus. Remember when we broke down the credit profile, you want to have less than 2 inquiries on your credit profile. Now you have 3, credit profiles, Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. So
Mm-hmm.
already we're going to have 1 on all 3 because Capital One's going to pull from all 3 and they're going to give you a very low limit. So we're kind of killing ourselves on that side.
So you got the strategy behind. See, I knew my information, but I didn't rest. You just taught me something.
Now,
I did my YouTube. Now, don't get me wrong. I did my YouTube. I studied. Now, I'm an avid learner. So I'm in my YouTube. I'm talking about while I'm cleaning my buildings, I'm listening to credit stuff. I'm learning. I'm listening to the same stuff 3 times now. And I didn't even know I watched it the last time because I'm listening to it. And when I get about halfway through, I'm like, I've seen this already. But I'm learning, right? And so I applied it, but I didn't have the strategies. And so when you said that this company right here hits from all 3. So it takes a hit on all 3, first of all, and it's the low limit. That's not a good strategy to put into the game. If it hits all 3, when you can get something with a higher limit that may hit 1 or 2, and then you can focus. Hey, you know what? For me, you just hit me with some hammers across the head. Because see, I understand what you're saying. And so honestly, I have to understand where my followers is. So Sundays, I think it's gonna be a good time for us to do it like this because I love talking about the finance. And I got my cleaning people, some of them in the beginning of the business, and this might be a little more. So I gotta kind of tailor out what's going on. But honestly, bro, you got the sauce. You got the sauce. I can listen to you, and I know the day we just came on and let's do it. And I definitely see that we all over, right? But as we start to get more structure, I could see so many different things that we could touch on each week or twice a week. Twice a month. We go every other week, each week, and we can hear, hey, dude, it's a lot, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I mean, it's the demand of the people. For those that are still tuning in, if they need us every week, we jump on every week. If they want it, once a month, it just depends on what they want. I'm available. My main goal is, like I said, just making sure that, we help our people, help the community out. So giving them the basic strategies of, how to properly structure out the business, how to go about structuring their personal credit, how to get items removed, as well as potentially, if you got some negative items that can't be removed or they're giving you a hard time, how to go about seeking, litigation and receiving some type of funding for it.
Oh, wait a minute. You said you could get stuff removed?
Correct.
Off my credit?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely have to tap in. Hey, you know what? Hey, don't worry about it. I'm already bought in. I'm gonna tell you, I bought in a long time ago. So I'm gonna be honest. If anybody I bought in a long time ago, I already got the whole thing. I got the biggest package that you got, right? And because you know what, it wasn't even more about what I needed you to do. It was more about where I wanted to go. See, another thing, you got your company says Mogul Vision, right? And I'm about a vision. I say one thing. I don't like people to use the word dream because I think you can dream while you sleep. And even when you're dreaming, you're seeing vision. So why let's just cut out the dream and let's go straight for the vision. That's how I'm about, right? And so when you got Mogul Vision, I'm in it for the vision. I definitely see what you can do, right? And so when I purchased the coaching from you, I got it, like I said, like last year. But when I got it, I was in a better situation than I'm in now. And I got it. I really didn't even need it. I got it because I knew you and I seen that y'all just connected, right? So I got the coaching from you. And then 2024 hit. 2024 hit. And man, it was rough for the first. And I went down over $12,000 a month in my cleaning company. And that was in the first 2 months. Then I had a tenant that left, and for 2 months, I had down, man. And so I had these credit cards, and I'm building this other company. I'm focused on W.A.D.E Global. I'm looking to get that going. I got these credit cards, and if I be honest, I'm mismanaging money too. Because see, I'm making money and I'm not managing money. And so I had these credit cards, and
give you a strategy. And like you said, we kind of touched on it, just multiple streams of income, right? So when you're having a credit card, and I'm gonna give it a simple number, 10,000. Because this is something I do on a daily. A credit card of 10 legally, you can liquidate 10,000. Goes back to the liquidation where we talked about. So legally, you can liquidate $10,000 a day off of your credit card. Simple numbers. We're going to say that credit card provides a 2% cash rewards, right? So if you do the math on 2% of 10,000, that gives you a $200, profit, right?
Hold up. You said, all right, do them. All right, so break it down again. Go again. Hey, I said, hey, I like this.
Yeah, so basically, for example, legally in the U.S., you're able to liquidate $10,000 per off your credit card.
Okay.
So in the master class and within the university, I'll break down how to actually liquidate. But you're able to liquidate 10,000 if you can get your calculators out. Those that are pretty good with me. Okay, look, you're already on it.
Hey, you got me messed up. Okay, I'm right here.
What is 2% of $10,000?
10,000. Let me see, man. That's 2%. 200.
Yep. So basically, for example, remember what I was saying. When I needed that money, we're going to go back into the multiple streams of income. So let's just say credit card, $10,000 you liquidated. That's $200 you just generated today. Now, what happens if you do that over the course of 7 days?
That's 2 times 7. That's 14.
Right. Now we do that over the course of 30 days.
That's 2 times 30. That's 60.
So now we just created $6,000 by just liquidating the credit card. We say we need additional streams of income. So again, my whole goal is to make sure that we're credible, we're organized, so we're going to create multiple streams of income with the one LLC that we structured correctly, right? Now, we also heard of trade lines. We also heard of authorized users. What happens if you take that same $10,000 card, and we'll just, again, go with simple numbers. Let's just call it $100 every 60 days.
You know what? Hey, I'm going to say something. Let me say something. Because this is what, I'm going to tell you something. See, first of all, I'm going to have to go through the process. I need to go through all of this. So I need to see what's going on. See, I need some more. I need to make sure I can vouch for this, brother. How can I get into this?
Gotcha, man.
You give it too much of the sauce. I'm like, what?
My bad.
I gotta get you on the live. I see that when I get you on the live, you give it all away. I thought I was getting it all, but I see you got another level of giving it all when you got the people. I got you. I see it. Let me hit. Oh, let me see. My guy said, Jamie Milton, keep going. All right, Jamie, I think that's my guy Jamie Milton. I see you've been checking in. Thank you for following. Man, y'all got any questions about credit, man? Chime in. Like, this is the first time I did the credit. I will be going more into doing this on the channel. We're gonna definitely link up as far as getting people together, because I definitely truly believe credit is a big thing as far as building your business. You got some more time, or you got to go? You ready to do? Go a little bit more?
I'm gonna rock out with you, man.
Okay. Hey, I'm looking at. I'm almost monetized, brother. So I'm ready, man. I done grew to YouTube.
Let's do it. The funny thing is relationships, man. Like I told you before, man. When we met through the CBN, it was something about your story and the way that you presented yourself. It related to me, and I think that the information is free, so I don't mind giving it out. It's just, again, who can you relate to?
Hey, I got to say now, the information is free, and if it's not Chat GPT,
not fact. But what I will say is this, and this is something that again, we're on live, we're doing this free, giving out the game. But what has to happen for this information to even make sense to anybody is you have to learn how to take action. And I think that's one thing that a lot of us, within our community, we don't do. We'll Google all day long. We'll Chat GPT all day long. We'll YouTube all day long. We'll throw the headphones in and podcasts all day long. But we don't take action. And I think a lot of us is just, we're scared. We don't feel like it's not for us. We may make a mistake. I believe I fail forward. I love to make a mistake. Why? Because I learn. You know what I mean? So joining CBN, I knew nothing about it. I just said, hey, I'm going to put my money up, but I knew I couldn't afford to lose money. So I had to make this thing work for me. I had to take action. Same thing with credit. I made a lot of mistakes prior to, but with understanding the information and taking action on the information that I learned, I was able to level up over 6 figures in less than 30 days once I was able to actually tap in to understand what credit was.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to take this live because, see, what I want to do is I actually want to, the weeks that we're going through this could be the whole another year. I'm going to go through your process by myself. I'm going to go straight through it. I have 3 LLCs. Mm-hmm. I created 3 LLCs 2 years apart because I had the game plan of building up credit funding for my LLCs, building it up and using it in real estate. That was my game plan. And then life hit and I got the LLCs, well, a couple of them. And then some of them I got to get back in order. And it's all messed up right now as far as the legal side. I got the structure down and I put it all together, and I know what it is. I got to go back and focus on it. You know what I mean? What you don't focus on will fall, right? So, I'm gonna tell you that to be facts, because when I was building W.A.D.E Global, my cleaning company took a dip, and I didn't even know if I was gonna ever be here to talk to you today about the whole thing, because I had to focus in on W.A.D.E Global to actually build that. And the cleaning company, I thought I had the system in place, and the system showed that it was in place, but the people wasn't ready for what I put on them, and then it started to go down, and I was already focused on here, and I couldn't let it go. But I tell that story because this is where we get into the credit, because I moved up a whole nother ladder. I went up one way, I handled the business that way. Then I got into a little situation to where now I got to pivot and go a whole nother way. And then you here to show me the other way. And so this is why I gotta say it, because it's true fact. I'm living this thing in real time. Like, I'm living this true credit game in real time. I'm actually doing it, living it, and breathing it. And so this is why I'm excited about this, bro. I'm excited about what we got going on. And I wanted to say, you said something about oh my gosh, I forgot. I think it's the credit profile. I think you was talking about liquidating, building your credit profile, and I forgot. It was. I'm gonna start writing things down, because dude,
Tap into it, man. Building out a profile. So here's something some game that I get when it comes to building out a profile. A lot of people, what they do is, they go get a bunch of credit cards. Like you said, the lack of information is what hurts us as people. We hear a lot. We go on to YouTube, for example, man. We listening to 5 and 6 different mentors. And what it is you have to find somebody that you really take a liking to and that you can trust. And once you do that, then what you can do is just follow their game plan. And of course, every mentor is going to take you as much as they can take you. And then you have to find somebody else, unless they're consistently diving into more education. Myself, I'm one of those guys. I can take you to the personal credit, get you straight. Then I'll take you to the business credit, get you straight. Us teaming up together, now outside of that, my community, I'm going to take them to the whole marketing campaign, because W.A.D.E Global and I are partnering up to where no matter where we start or where we're not going to finish, because we're always going to keep something in the pocket for you. But when it comes to building out, let's just talk about that. When it comes to building out your personal credit, there are a few things that you can do to build out. My personal recommendation is credit builder loans. I'm not big on secured credit cards. People do them. I'm not really big on them. So for example, we use Self. I know a lot of people use Self Lender. Self Lender is a credit builder loan, and then eventually they do offer a credit card. My personal opinion, kind of like Capital One, Self's credit card does not turn to an unsecured credit card. So what it is Self, they'll take, it's an installment loan. Pretty much they'll take the funds out of your account until you reach the number that you set forth. Once that number is set forth, they'll take a portion of that money from your actual savings, and then they'll put it over into a credit card. So you'll have a Self credit card and a Self loan, but ultimately that credit card, they will not give you your funds back. They're just going to keep cycling those funds over and over. So the lack of information.
I'm gonna tell you something. So I'm gonna tell you, I got one of my mentees that I'm working with, right? And he loved the Self. And the reason why he loved the Self, he talked about that it made his credit. Now, he did have to pay, but at the end of the time, he had money saved where he wasn't saving money. This is just his story. And he had a better credit card. Now, whatever they took out from him, he said it was worth it because he didn't have money saved up at the end of the year or whatever it was. I think it went for a year, and they built his credit up, and they took like maybe $200-300. I can't remember the numbers, but I do know that he said that he didn't mind that expense because it actually gave him money saved up. And even though it wasn't the whole thing that he put in, he had money saved up that he probably wouldn't have had it, and he had credit. You see what I mean? So I when you say that, I remember one of my mentees going through Self. I don't have an experience with Self, but are you agree? Are you approve? Do you say that's good or no?
Self lender, the actual credit, the loan is good. The credit card, I don't personally recommend. Again, because what happens is when you're going for high limit funding, I'm all about red carpet treatment. I like traveling free. I like my fine dining and all that stuff off of my points and my cash rewards. So my thing is, again, if I tap in, I only want to tap in with like-minded individuals that's really ready to take it to the next level. Self is good for the loan portion, but the actual credit card itself, they will not release your funds back. For example, if you go to a banking institution and let's just hypothetically say Bank of America or whoever, one of these other guys. What's going to happen? You're going to put the money in after a certain amount of time, and you show your credit worthiness. They will now release your funds back to you, and you'll get an unsecured card. Self will now do that for you. So to your point, to what you said, you got, I don't know who he is, but just education, if he is on here, what you could have done is what we talked about earlier, learning how to properly manage your funds, have a plan for your money. Because self, if you really look at what they're taking out, they take a percentage out to help you save your money, you know? So if that's 1%, 2%, they're taking a percentage out to help you properly manage your money when we can learn these things on our own and properly just take action,
I
you know?
definitely got to jump in again. When I first started, I used a sum. It's changed now. It was an app called Digit app. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Digit app used to take money out of my account on a daily basis according to how much money I had in my account. And they used to take it to a fintech bank. Now, a fintech bank, you might know it takes you 3 days to get your money back, right? Now, I was paying for them to do that because I end up saving money over there than I would have saved on my own. Even though, and this was in the beginning stages. So I definitely agree we need to get to where we can do it on our own. But honestly, thinking about when we started to ride the bicycle, we needed the training wheels. So actually, training wheels are things like Self or things like Digit app. Because I actually couldn't speak against it because I went through Digit app and they used to charge me, I think $3.99 a month to save my own money. And I'm like, well, done. Some people tell me I was crazy to do it, but I end up using that Digit app. It had thousands of dollars on there when my regular bank account, I didn't have it because another thing, it took me 3 days to get it. And so by using the Digit app, I put that in my financial structure. I have to have a place to where I got money to take 3 days to get it. And I do not do the instant. Like when people put on the cash, I know we're going all over the place.
No.
Hey, we just the first time because I got we can do so much on finance.
It ties back into what we said. You know, when it comes down to, honestly, people are trying to save money. People want to create income. So, like, remember, I gave you the plays on the credit card. So if we do the self, if we go back to self is going to take money from your personal account, put it in an account that, they're going to report that you're making payments on time, right? But what happens is, let's just say we pay off that self. The score goes up to a certain extent. We can take that money off of that. And now what if we take that money and say, hey, now that I went from a 400, now that I have a 680, now I qualify for a different type of funding. Also what happens now is, again, these lenders can see it's subprime. So for example, I'm just going to we'll say Wood Forest. I know that's in every Walmart. There's a Walmart all over the nation. Wood Forest Bank. Then you have your Navy Federal, and I'm calling out banks. So which one do you think has a better status if it's on your credit report? Wood Forest credit card or Navy Fed credit card?
They were very good because they were very hurt.
So what I'm saying is, if we have a self credit card and a self loan credit builder app, these are subprime. These are like beginners. But then if we have a self and then we have an American Express, Navy Fed, American Express, or Wood Forest and self. So ultimately it's just more so getting with somebody that strategically understands how this stuff works. By getting into the mentorship and understanding the university that that you're part of as well, Wade, is I can show you guys my secret lenders list, showing you exactly who pulls from what bureau, how to go ahead and credit stack, how to make this stuff make sense for you. My whole goal is making sure that you save money, not spend it. Again, I just gave you one play with the credit card, creating $200 a day. That gives you an extra $6,000, but that's only one credit card. Most people have 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna be, as we say that, right? And it sounds like it's like, all right, cool, you could do that, but it takes discipline, dude. Now this is the part that really that it could be done, but it's the discipline and setting it up and keeping it going. Because honestly, I did some of this stuff, but I didn't have the discipline because I was doing too many things. I started doing a house in Detroit. I'm investing in the house here, money stuff, and I'm taking care of people. So when I have all these credit limits, the plays that I was supposed to be running played me, because now I brought too much on. So now I'm having to do what, instead of doing the play, I'm having to play with the play. You know what I mean? I'm having to play. I'm having to say, you know what, I'm supposed to do this, but you know what, I'm making money anyway. So let me swipe this card to do this for these. Let me swipe this card to do this. And then I'll start this other business. And like I say, I got a lot of trial and error stories, man. And I just like talking to you, bro, because I mean, like, this is what I really love. Like, I do the cleaning. I do the coaching, I do the VAs, but finances is my thing. I love numbers. Like numbers is my thing. So when we talking numbers, like I can do this all day, and that's why I like business, because business is numbers. Right?
Right.
I'm an analytical person. I
How
like.
many people do we currently got on the live right now?
We have four. We got four. We have five. But just a minute ago, we dropped one. Just dropped off four.
So what I'm thinking, and if they're still on here, you know what I mean, they can kind of, jump in and answer the question as well. So what I'm thinking of doing is let's go back to the basics. Everybody for the most part, because like we're touching on a lot of subjects, but it all goes back to the basics. Not sure if anybody plays sports, but no matter if you play basketball, what position you play, it all goes back to a basic jump shot. I don't care, 3-pointer, free throw, layup, it all goes back to the basic fundamentals. So when it comes down to it, money management, that's a subject in itself. But before we get to money management, we have to have a mindset, like you said, the end goal in mind. Where are we going? What's the play for the money? If I know I want to invest in real estate, yeah, I'm making an extra $2,000, $3,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month, but I know I want to invest in a property cash, in a year from now. Those extra $2, $3 I'm making or I'm saving, I need to be putting it aside. So again, you have to have discipline, like you said. Your mindset has to be right. You have to understand how to build out your profile. So like we talked about with the self and the, I guess your guy was letting them take it to a fintech bank. Those extra little small expenses, they're small, but those extra small expenses add up over time. And at the end of the day, we're trying to invest in the real estate, remember? So we don't need to spend any extra that's not going to benefit us.
I tell you the truth. Now, truth be told, the money got to be spent somewhere.
Absolutely.
Money got to be spent somewhere. And I hear what you're saying, and I have to jump in there. It's either you're going to spend it on the coach or you're going to spend it on the fees. Because it got to be, because see, when you say that, I'm thinking, okay, if I'd have spent it for somebody, if I'm instead of spending 222 or 444 and letting them take out the money and mismanage it, if I'd have spent money on a strategy coach, somebody that can help me navigate through it, I could have spent that money. It's probably been a little bit more, but I would have been a little bit further faster. Does that make sense?
Right.
You know what I mean? So the money got to get spent somewhere, because even if like I hear, I hear what people say. If you jumping in the game, because I jumped in the game and I did all my knowledge, people got to bump their own head to some type of way. They're gonna mismanage the money. They gotta, in order to learn how to manage, I think you gotta mismanage, like for real. Like honestly. And so I get it. We don't have to blow the money this way. We don't have to do that way. That's what people say, and they all say that. But I truly believe you must blow the money somewhere. And I'm just thinking, because you got to check it out. It got to be in order for me. All the time I made money, I learned from the money that I mismanaged sometimes. I mean, that's just for me. I know, hey, I helped these how did I know I'm helping too many people? Because I'm like, damn, man. You know what I mean? So I think honestly, it's better to buy a coach early. But a lot of people don't buy coaches. They don't have the money to do that, and so they just go the with the cash advance route.
Right. So I'll tell you what I'm willing to do. How many people say we got on here?
We got 5.
We got 5 currently. So is it all right for me to drop a link? What I'm going to do is I'll drop a link to my so we can set up a free consultation for those 5. With those 5, I don't know what their credit situation is, but what we'll do is give them about a month or 2 of free services on my end. That's on me. That's real, because those are your people. And again, I want them to, tap in with me and my people. I want to give some results. At the end of the day, save your money. I want to make sure that, you're actually applying your money the right ways, because we have the W.A.D.E Global. We have, Mogul Visions University. So with understanding financial literacy from Mogul Visions University, also with the free Facebook group, we can provide a lot of information to help them save that money. So when they are ready to spend the money, it's spent wisely. You have a lot of education first before spending the money. It goes back to what we said initially. Have a plan for your money. Because again, with the lack of information and the poor money management, I've helped a lot of people where, and when you and I talk a lot, I've helped a lot of people really run a bag up. But at the end of the day, the mindset wasn't right. So they go and they blow it. And then they call me back like, all right, so what I got to do now? And we got to go back to the basics. So avoid going back to the basics. Let's just do it right the first time. I would prefer to move slow and do it the right way versus move fast doing it the wrong way. So ask if they're cool to do that. You know, I mean, I'll drop the link. You know, what I mean,
The link, man. Anytime you got my people, they got people watching. I ain't one of the biggest YouTubers right now, but hey, we growing, we growing. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I remember when I was doing YouTube and I had nobody. I get like 9, 10, I get like 13 people on, and in 3 or 4 days, I got 150 watching. And I remember, I was a whole week, wasn't nothing but 4 people watch my stuff all week. Now I'm getting like 3 days, I'm getting like 160, 180. For me, I'm excited. I'm very humble by that. You know what, man? I'm gonna say something. I know that you can drop the thing in the chat. I know this has nothing to do with it, but man, God will humble me by giving me more. And I say that, and I know we weren't talking about that, but I gotta tap in on this because a lot of time, and I know this is off topic a little bit, but a lot of times people will say you need to humble yourself, right? And what I truly believe that God humbles me by giving me more. Once He shows me as much as He can do for me, I'm humbled by what He's done for me. I don't believe that God will humble me by taking stuff from me. So when I say I'm humble by having more, a lot of times people say it go to your head, right? Yeah, when people say it go to my head, that's a humbling thing. See, a lot of times we've been conditioned wrong. We don't want to big people up. We don't want to tell people what's going on. Dude, I love my people to chime in. People say, man, you doing it for them. I do. If I know I do, I will do it for other people. I would do it for other people. I would help others out. Dude, I help people out before I help myself. And that's crazy. But I help myself by helping others, though. You see what I mean? And I'm humble by what God allows me to see when I'm helping others. Does that make sense to you?
Nah, it do, brother. It do. And I mean, you get your favor out of helping, and I think that's what it is, man. For me, I'm more so about why I got into this whole business was more so to help people. Why I started my cleaning business when I first started, man. I wanted to help people, and I understand people. You know, they don't have the mindset as far as creating a business, and you know, I'll keep it real. I got family members, man, that are felons, and you know, they'll never have an opportunity to really create a career based off of their current record. So for me, it was, you know what, I can create a business because I understand the know-how, and I can go ahead and position you so that way you're the sales manager or you're the VP or whatever to a real big corporation. So it's all about just helping those. You know, you get your success out of helping the people around you.
All right, Jamie Milton. I already know. Get the plan, follow the plan.
Absolutely.
Hey, I got Jamie. Hey, he got similar background. So hey, I got a couple of people timing in. My guy Mogul Vision CEO put the link right here. MogulVisionCreditRepair.com. MogulVisionCreditRepair.com. So we've been on here. We said we're gonna do 30 minutes. Little traction. I think we're gonna come back on here next week. You want to do next week or the following week? Which one you want to do?
Sure. We can do next week. Hey, let's do the following. I'm gonna have the kids running around football with me on. They're gonna be wild and crazy. But I mean, let y'all are cool with the kids because they gonna want to be in the live, man. They want to be famous too. They trying to be too famous. But next week, let's go with next week. We'll do it there.
All right. So what we're gonna do is though, I just wanted to see how this go a little bit, man. And I know we're going to start picking this up. I don't know if it's going to be staying on Sundays or Saturday, but I definitely want to Financial Fridays, man. Financial Freedom Friday. I mean, Friday. So I mean, if we can pull a Friday out, Financial Freedom Friday, we just talk about the finances on Friday. You know, I know a lot of people wind it down, but a lot of entrepreneurs still turned up. You know what I mean? You know what? I really want to go on when people wind down. I thought I was in the gym Saturday. I know you said you're going to the gym. I was in the gym Saturday morning, right? I had somebody hit me up Friday night. They wanted to kick it Friday night, right? And I was like, nah, I ain't going to kick it Friday night because I need to go into the gym on Saturday. They got mad or whatever. But then I realized I don't really want to kick it with them too much more anytime. Anyway, the thing about this is this. Are you going to give up what you're going to do on Friday night so you can have a better Monday morning?
Right.
That's the thing. So many people clock out. And I'm talking about job workers. So many people clock out 12 o'clock Friday p.m. Oh, it's the weekend. It's the weekend. I'm finna kick it. They kick it off. They 12 o'clock. They ready for the weekend. They get off. They mind is ready to kick it on the weekend. Friday night they kick it. Saturday they kick it. Sunday they kick it. They get up Monday morning. Don't want to go to work. It's Monday 12 p.m. before they really just get back into life. You know what I mean? From Friday at 12 p.m. to Monday 12 p.m. A lot of people off. Right. And so I realized that I want to be in the time when other people are off. I want to be on when other people are off because the other people that's on when people are off are the people that I think I need.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense to you or did I speak over you?
Nah, that makes sense. I mean, everybody can't go where you're trying to go, man. You know, you got to leave some people behind. You know, I think it was Snoop Dogg that said, man, you know, you create that gap as you continue to grow. Some people are okay with being, you know, where they currently are. you know, so you got to get with like-minded people. So like us teaming up, you know, I think it was a great, you know, combination because again, you have the automations and the systems down place. You know, your organization, you know, is something what the people need, man. Like a lot of business owners out here really just running. They hustling real hard, but they don't have the organization. So with W.A.D.E Global, I think is just gonna make it make sense for them. You know, also providing that financial literacy. A lot of people are taking their job money or their hustle money on the side and they're funding their businesses through their own cash flow. You know, we have to learn how to use other people's money and then turn around and create the automation.
I did that. I used my own money, and then I did it, and I didn't have the structure, bro, and that's where I'm at. No, but what you said about this is what I was talking about, and we're gonna get off.
What's up?
You said, let me tell you, you said earlier on, you said that people are not taking action, right? Mm-hmm. And I realized what it is. A lot of people are not taking action because you said it. You remember so many things are all over the place, mm-hmm. right? And so beside of Notion, and I'm just throwing it out there, so those that follow me, you'll look at Notion. It makes me organized with the W.A.D.E Global software. I'm organized and I have everything in order. One of these times I'm gonna go through, we're gonna get on, I'm gonna share my screen, you share your screen 1 week, and I share my screen, and I'm gonna go through the breakdown of how things keep people in order, because that's what I wrote down. People are taking action, but they're taking action in different ways, and it's not coming together. A lot of people are moving, because I was moving. But we're moving at so many different areas that we're not organized, so it's all coming together as a succinct plan. It's not all in one plan. It's different spots. I'm going to do my credit here. I'm going to build my business here. I'm going to get this over here, and I'm going to get this over here when it all goes together. But you're seeing it as certain parts of a pie. Once you put the whole pizza together, you can see how many people you can serve. But if you're just looking at it a certain slice, it ain't nothing but for certain people. I mean, but when I put all the pieces together, I can serve more people than I can if I just look at each slice by itself. Because you know what I mean? If I got a whole pizza and I got 20 people to feed, I'm going to know I'm going to cut it for 20 people to feed. If I got a small slice, 20 of us might not get it. I mean, we're going to get a little piece. So what I'm saying is people are getting a small piece of their plan. And what Virtual Assistant and W.A.D.E Global has done for me, it allows me to get the whole pie. I'm running 3 companies, very organized, and I have multiple clients and I'm running, and I'm organizing their companies as well. Now, for one system to organize over 10 clients at one time is a phenomenal system for me. I got my brother inside the W.A.D Global, and he got mad. He said, man, I don't think everybody should have it. He said, well, you're making it too easy for him. Because he had to create his own website. He had to create his own emails. He had to do all that stuff himself. And now I brought him over to W.A.D Global. He kind of jealous. He said, I don't want to. He said, you make it easy for people. But I just plugged that in because I think a lot of times people are not moving because they're not organized. I mean, they don't think they're moving. Because I got a lot of projects going on, a lot of tasks going on, a lot of things happening, but I need to get the project done. So with you saying my project with you is build this credit profile on this business side, get these 3 LLCs so where I can get funded, right? Mm-hmm. Now we got to get the task. I'm thinking in Notion terms. Now we got to get the task. We got to get the plays. As you say, the plays are the task. And the project is getting the funding. So as you start to build up the Notion thing, the project, okay, get this man funding, and these are the tasks. Pop, 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 pop.
Correct.
Pop, 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 pop.
Whoa. I got you, man. That makes sense.
Man, but anything, one last words, man. We're gonna go and chop it and get on up off of here real quick, man, because it's Sunday. We just spent a whole hour and 3 minutes. Hey, we got some good people. Like we had a good consistent 5 people going on most time. I preach. Hey, when I look back at this a year from now, I'm like 5 people.
All right, you're gonna laugh at it.
Dude, it was nobody at first. It was nobody. So man, all 5 of y'all, 4 of y'all right now, all of y'all, man, I really appreciate. I really appreciate this, man. I really do. Man, I'm telling you, bro, it was none. I was looking up there. Dude, this one time I was putting my own phone. I had turned my own phone on just to have one. Like, man, let me put my phone on. At least I'm gonna give me some watch time out.
Right, there you go. I understand, bro. I understand. You gotta start from the bottom, though.
Man, I gotta put my own work in, man. But let me give a couple of things. How people find you, man. I see you got right here. I'm gonna put this back up again. Mogul Visions, creditrepair.com. And how else do people find you? What?
So if you're looking for consultation, if you just got your own, some people have their own personal situations when it comes to their personal credit. You can go ahead and book a consultation, free consultation. That way we can discuss about your situation. About a hot 30 minutes. Also, what you can do is reach out to me on Mogul Vision CEO on social media platforms. So that'll be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm still getting my TikTok. I'm trying to get my stuff together on TikTok, but ultimately, Mogul Vision CEO on all social media platforms is where you can reach out to me. Once we actually connect, I want to make sure I follow you guys back. So if you got time, follow me now. I'll go ahead and make sure I follow you guys back as well.
All right. Let me see. I lost you a little minute. So I know. Let me see. Private Connect, Mogul Vision. I'm gonna have to learn how to put this stuff on the screen right there. So let me see. I do want to go. What is this about? Let me see. I'm gonna put some stuff up. I know you said don't. It's not what you use now, but I definitely want to. I'm gonna put a couple of things on the screen, and I want you to talk about them. All right. So what's that right there?
So with that right there, that's the remember I was talking about like how you can hide credit card utilization. Some people have high limits and they're trying to get their limits low. So understanding this book breaks down, it's an ebook, I'm sorry. This breaks down a few different methods that we do to high credit card utilization. Breaks down, how to understand your 3 different dates from your due date, reporting date, your closing date. How to go about doing some of the plays that we talked about, the manufactured spending, making sure that you're able to. It actually walks you through a step-by-step guide on how to actually go about liquidating, which we talked about earlier. Way putting it out there early, man.
I just threw it out there because I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. I just threw it out there one time. I mean,
this strategy, this particular ebook just helps you really like grow your credit fast, like build your credit up really, really fast. Not really make sure that it's drawn out like some people try to do. If you're looking for credit line increases, it shows you how to go about, increasing your credit limits from your lenders and your creditors. How to go about status matching. So when we talked about, if you had a self lender versus American Express, if you got a $800 limit, 9 times out of 10, that next lender is not willing to give you 10,000. They're going to probably give you 1,500, somewhere around that 800 range. But if you got a $30,000 limit, that next lender may give you 25, 30, 40,000. So we just make sure that, we build out that proper credit profile and we're actually running up those credits, that credit card as much as possible.
All right. And what about this right here?
That's a free ebook that I'm actually giving out. So for those that actually tap in and go ahead and do the free consultation, right when we get off of our consultation, I'm going to give you guys a free ebook, walks you through a step-by-step process on how to build out the profile, how to go about your disputing some of your negative items. I also have a method on here that'll show you how to go ahead and remove stuff within 2 weeks. I call it my 2-week method. But that's, for those that actually tap in and really get the consultation.
All right. So again, we're gonna continue to go through this. A lot of times people get them books and don't even use them, man. So what else you got for them? If they get the book and don't want to do it themselves, is there any other thing that I get the book, I don't really want to read it. I thought I was gonna read it. A lot of times people need to pay something for them to actually value, but you said you're gonna give it away for free. I love free stuff. But what if I get the free book and don't read it? What else can I do?
So what you can do is I offer free credit repair. So I don't charge for credit repair. Basically, what you'll do is you'll get your credit monitoring. Only thing that you'll be responsible for is just mailing out your dispute letters. That's the literally only thing that you have to do. You take care of your credit monitoring, which is a monthly charge that doesn't go to me directly. So basically, you take care of that, and then at that point, I can look at your credit report. I'll go ahead and do your disputes for you. I'll email them to you and let you take care of those for you. So that's just a service that I'll provide for your people. W.A.D.E. I'll give them, matter of fact, we'll say 3 months. We'll give them 3 months free. So that way, that at that point, you'll see some good results.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna end it right there because we ain't gonna give too much stuff away free. We want people to pay for things. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I do like the free, but man, I got something for doing. When I was where I was making $10 a month, right? And I had a what they call that a program. I was in a program and they charged me $5 for a book. $5 for a book, and I'm only making $10 a month, right? And I need so many other things. I need hygiene, I need food, I'm barely eating. And for them out of them $10, I had to spend $5 for the book. Do you know when I spent them $5 for that book, do you know I underlined that book? I highlighted that book. I changed the U to I. Every time it said you need to do this, I rock it out and say I need to do this.
Mm.
I actually became one with the book because of I invested into it. So I do. I know people like to hear the word free, 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 and I love that. I mean, but truly be told, man, free stuff really don't excite me. And I'm
Mm.
gonna be honest, the free stuff don't excite me because I already know it's to lead up to what they want to sell. So I just rather go on and purchase it, man. So
Mm.
what is the coaching like? Like honestly, you got coaching too?
Yeah, got coaching.
You know, I know because I already bought it. and I'm telling you exactly. I didn't want the free. I,
Right.
I I went straight up to the highest thing. I just believe I went straight to all right. So what you charge for coaching? All right, 5,000. I got it. 3,000. All right. And then you had a payment plan. Hey, if it's this, I do this. All right, cool. And you know, I mean, $5,000. Hey, here it is. $3,000. Here it is. You know what I mean? And then, you know, that's just all I'm saying. So we gotta actually spend for what we want, though, man. You know what I mean?
Right. So honestly, what we do is I do the free credit repair. Why we do a free credit repair? One is, again, I want to make sure that people are able to leverage their personal credit because, again, trying to maximize your credit off of, poor credit and trying to charge it. Obviously, right now you have a money management issue if you're having to repair your credit. So for me, wanting to give back to the people, I'm willing to help you get the credit repair done. Once we get you into the business funding, then we'll actually start talking about, the finances, the mentorship, things like that. If you want the pricing for that, I can drop the pricing for that. But,
We don't gotta talk about that yet. We can lead up to that.
okay.
Yeah, we can lead up to the pricing on that. But just know, yeah. I mean, you can throw a ballpark figure. What is it? $20, $30?
What's that?
The
For
price.
no, ain't gonna be 20. But basically, for mentorship and helping you structure your business and getting every full coaching, funding, and everything like that, it's gonna be 2,500.
Okay.
So we starting about 2,500. Eventually, we'll change up.
That's a month.
No, one time fee.
So one time. And so, how long do I have you?
What's that? Coaching?
Yeah.
Man, lifetime until you don't want no more information. Because basically, what I'm gonna do is
500 one time, and then you just tapped in.
absolutely. Because my goal is basically, just trying to build up other winners around me. You know what I mean? It's never fun when you're the only one around you. So, for example, like I said, you and I developed a relationship. So, at some point, once I get to help you structure your business, there's gonna be something I need from you. So even if it's, you decided to do a marketing company, I run a business myself. So I may need you to run my ads, to where I can now spend money with you. You may, run a cleaning service. I may need somebody to come, clean my building, so ultimately the whole goal is making sure that we tapped in. And if there's an investment opportunity, such as a school or some type of commercial property, I know I got winners around me to have funding now. So I don't have to go at this myself. I can say, Wade, they want $1 million, I know Wade can do it by itself, but, ultimately I can tap in the Wade and say, listen, let's go in on this and get this building. Let's create generational wealth for our friends and family. So that's the ultimate goal.
You got a nice plan. You got a nice plan, bro. I'm just tripping because I ain't even pitch my own services on. I'm like, you throwing out prices, and I don't even throw prices. I'm like, man, hey, you know what? No, man, but definitely. If anybody need virtual assistants, I'm tapped big with the virtual assistant company. I love virtual assistants. Actually, I organize my life a lot more. Getting a lot of things done, man. So if you tapped in with virtual assistants, actually get into some of this funding. Actually, see, this is truth be told. I needed some assistance to actually get into this type of stuff. As long as I was running my business the way I was running my business, I couldn't get into this. I jeopardized losing everything to start my virtual assistant company because I knew that I needed to be out of the companies. Right? I needed to be out of the business. Like I couldn't be in there cleaning no more. Hold up, wait a minute. We got some people. In here. Let me see what my guy say. Jamie Miller, if you pay, you stay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Yeah. He said if you pay, you stay. All right. He know. He's saying the same thing I'm saying. All that free is cool, but man, when you got some people, when you got somebody that really want to tap in, they're ready to put the bread up. I get it. They see when I'm learning all this marketing, they do put the word big free, put it big letters, and everybody wanted that's to get you in. That's to get you in. See, I already know that, but I'm gonna get you in. I want to take you to the next level. It costs money to go to the next level. It costs money to get on the airplane. It costs money to take yourself and your family out of town. It costs money to go to the next level. And so if you're on this level, I'm going to give you what's free so you can get your money. I got a guy right now going through my apprenticeship. And how I do it, I got them coming into my cleaning business, right? So they work in my cleaning business. I help them make the money. I market the services. When I get more business, I give them the business so they can make more money off the cleaning business. And then they funnel it into W.A.D.E Global. So I help them grow their cleaning business. I got a guy right now that's doing windows. Every window job I get, I give him to him. He's making about, let's say, $500 a month, and he's spending $300 a month for W.A.D.E Global so he can grow his own company. So he's making the money to filter it back into his marketing from me. All of it's coming from me, and I'm generating both of that. And he said, man, it just makes sense to stay with you. He said, it's like Netflix. He said, I just got to stay with you. And I'm like, I love that. I love that. Right. So my guy said, if you pay, you stay. All right. And he also said, man, where's the link? All right. So let me see if I can figure out how to drop his link down there. That is the credit repair right there. That's the place to find them. Let me see if how did we drop it?
I dropped it in there. Can you see it in the chat?
Let me see. Let me do one of my old school moves. Hop on my own YouTube, act like I got Now I'm gonna keep it real. I used to do it. I ain't gotta do it now though. I got a couple people tuning in.
See something real fast.
Let me see. Make sure we got you on here. I don't even know how to get on my. I don't even know how to get on my station. I was in there. No, it's not on there.
It's not in there.
No, put it on the YouTube. Go on YouTube and put it on YouTube. I'm gonna drop mine in the chat now. I'm glad.
In the comments. Do you see it in the comments?
Global.
All right, boom.
I know. I just put mine in there, so it got to be in there because I see the same way. That's right there. I seem like I'm an amateur. Don't worry about it. I do see it. Oh, I know one thing. I put that right there, WADEGlobalassist.com. I put that in there and I see it popped up. So I definitely know if this, that, and this is here. All right. So no. All right. So, man, when we gonna get off here, man? Wishing ain't doing enough. Let's go on to wrap it up. Next week, we're gonna have things more orderly. Right now, we just jumped on here, said, man, let's do it this week. And instead of wanting to have everything together, we just jumped on here, so let's go. We were supposed to be 30 minutes, and we went an hour and 15 minutes. I could see that the connection is going. I see the engagement coming in. I think it's gonna be something that we can continue to do. So, man, next week, let's figure out the time. I will post it in the group. Those that's on, follow me in my Wishing Ain't Doing Enough Facebook group. He put his group right here. I think it should be in the chat. He also have mogulvisioncreditrepair.com if you need any credit repair. Jamie Milton, if he hits you up, that's the one that's in here. He's also in the cleaning business. And so that's one of the guys that was on here, so you can remember. I know you know Sean Andrew if you're in the cleaning business. Then we had Cleantastic 21 chimed in. If they hit you up and they say, hey, I was on the live, then they have it as well. All right. And hey, WADEGlobalassist.com for your virtual assistants. If you need any virtual assistance for any one of your companies, you're cleaning business, you're building your brand, or just regular entrepreneur, we have your virtual assistants for you. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.